On the news, Muslims mark 2021 Eid al-Kabir amid COVID-19 protocols. Mali's interim president survives assassination attempt. And Jeff Bezos successfully completes inaugural space voyage. Thank you for joining us on News Now. I am Folashade Ogurinde. Muslim faithful in Nigeria have joined their counterparts around the world to observe the 2021 Eid al-Adha, also known as Eid al-Kabir. The Feast of Sacrifice is typically marked by communal prayers, large social gatherings, and for many, slaughtering of livestock and giving meat to the needy. This year, the holiday is celebrated amid growing concerns about the highly infectious Delta variant of the coronavirus. President Muhammadu Buhari, along with his kinsmen, observed the Eid al-Kabir prayers in his hometown, Dara, Katsina State, amid cheers from residents. The chief imam of the town, Safiyanu Yusuf, led the prayers at the Kofa Ariwa prayer ground. The emir of Dara, Umar Farouk, also offered prayers for the president and for Nigeria. Speaking with journalists after the prayer, Buhari urged all Nigerians to continue to live in peace and harmony in the spirit of peaceful coexistence.
There should be security of conscience. Those that are distracting the attention of governments at all levels, local, state and federal, they live among them, they know them, let them expose them so that we can have peace in the country. What every Nigerian needs is peace now, so that they can go back to their farms, they can go around peacefully, but and it's up to Nigerians to mobilize themselves and get rid of the bandits. They came out with a figure that really overwhelmed me, that not more than 2.5% of Nigerian cultivable land is being cultivated. Not more than 2.5%. Everybody has rushed into the cities and towns to make noise, while there's a lot of land to be cultivated.
Meanwhile, the chief imam of Lagos State, Sulaiman Abonola, has used the occasion of the Eid al-Adha to charge all political leaders to live up to the expectations of citizens. Abonola said this while leading Eid prayers under light showers at the Dodan Barak praying ground, Obalide. Among the personalities who observed prayer at the Eid ground were the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, and the State Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosun. The chief imam further appealed to all Nigerians to abide by the principles of love, as the nation's economy can only thrive in a peaceful environment.
Fellow Muslims, it is important to note that Allah does not love any call to tribalism, ethnic superiority amongst his servants, but he loves mutual cooperation, justice and righteousness, and he loves the righteous. He said, hold on to the rope of Allah. Don't disintegrate yourself. Don't split yourself. In recent times, there have been agitations by some Nigerian constitution, coupled with the increase in the incident of insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, among others. As a result of this, precious lives have been lost, private and public properties have been destroyed. It is the constitutional duty of the government to protect lives and property of the citizens. However, government must wake up to its responsibility. I urge the legislative, the judiciary, civil servants, politicians and every stakeholder in government charged with the responsibility of good governance and delivery of the treatment of democracy to discharge their duties without favor and discrimination. They should be aware that they will be held accountable for their stewardship.
Some residents of Abuja have regarded the 2021 Eid al-Kabir celebration as one to remember after last year's Eid was celebrated on a low-key due to COVID-19 restrictions. Major fun sports and recreational centers were bustling with activities as residents, in separate interviews with TV360 news crew, commended the peace and calm that greeted the celebration.
Everything is normal. Everybody, I think people are aware of the situation, the COVID-19 situation. So Everybody, we are just taking precautions, and it doesn't stop the celebration at all.
Salah celebrates all the Muslims around us, and we celebrate it by using ram to sacrifice it. We sacrifice ram for Salah, and then we celebrate it to enjoy ourselves.
We thank God that within FCT environment, I believe the Salah is going on peacefully. So what we need in present day is peace, harmony, and security consciousness.
We have not been able to celebrate Salah like we are doing now due to the COVID-19. But currently everybody is celebrating Salah with family and friends, even going back to Bauchi, everywhere. You can see everybody is celebrating Salah. They are doing the Daba. Everything is going on.
Moving on, Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Iguaho, and his wife Ropo have been arrested by the International Criminal Police Organization Interpol in Cotonou, Benin Republic. The activist-led counsel Yomi Aliyu confirmed that Iguaho and his wife, who is a German citizen, were arrested on Monday night at an airport in Benin Republic while they tried to catch a flight to Germany. Aliyu urged the government of Germany, Benin Republic and the international community not to extradite his client, who already has an application before the International Criminal Court duly acknowledged. The Department of State Services, DSS, raided the residence of Iguaho in Ibadan, Oyo State on July 1, 2 days before his planned Yoruba Nation rally in Lagos. The DSS alleged that Iguaho was stockpiling weapons and subsequently declared him wanted. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, has attributed the rescue and safe return of the Nigerian Air Force NAV flight to pilot Abayomi Dairo that was involved in an air crash between Zamfara and Kaduna State's boundaries as partly due to the ongoing interactive session with retired senior military officers across the country. General Irabo said this at the second edition of the security meeting in Kaduna on Monday. Oyi Adekunle has the details.
The worsening security challenges in Nigeria have reached a point where the armed forces require input from different stakeholders in its peace-building efforts. This has necessitated the Chief of Defense Staff interaction with retired senior military officers in Northwest Geopolitical Zone, a meeting aimed to boost engagements with veterans and serving officers. Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabo says the interaction is critical because the military retirees are better placed to understand the nuances of the country's security threats and the containment measures.
The myriad of security challenges across the country and in the Northwest Geopolitical Zone in particular is such that it's beyond the conventional military. There are other issues which, in our view, would demand a greater input from you amongst other security stakeholders. You have the ears and, of course, the eyes of both the military and the civil. Your interaction is deeper than what those of us in service what they are. So we believe that engaging with you will enable us to have the full spectrum of what these issues are. And we're more convinced that you stand a better chance to do this because you and I, that is those of you that are retired and those of us that are still serving, have been sold out completely to the cause of unity and faith, peace and progress of our dear nation.
Although retired from active service, the retirees are also reminded that they remain part of the members of the armed forces.
These retired officers now compete with the larger society. It is expected that they will be in the best position to understand the array of security issues in their domains and offer informed recommendations to assist the armed forces of Nigeria on the likely means and ways to tackle them.
General Irabo lists some of the achievements of the engagement so far, to include the rescue of Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo, who escaped death after a NAF fighter jet was shot down in Zamfara State.
The very essence of this gathering, which is of course to engage with you and by extension the larger society, is partly what was responsible for the safe return of our cherished pilot. So we thank God and we believe that going forward, that greater gains will be made as we undertake this operational task.
The maiden edition of the CDS interaction with the retired senior military officers was held in Oyo State last month and will be taking place in all 6 geopolitical zones and the FCT. Onyi Adekunle, TV360 Nigeria.
And joining us on the news to speak more on the significance of this engagement with retired military officers is former Director of the Department of State Services, DSS, Dennis Amakri. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, this is what many security experts have been advocating, that is, bringing in retired officers to join the fight against insecurity. How important is this engagement by the Chief of Defense Staff?
Thank you for having me today. It's a very welcome idea. A very welcome idea in the sense that, we have retired a lot of resources. Military people that still have a lot of fight in them, so to say, and they've been retired to go back to their villages. And then, of course, Nigeria is one of the countries that don't have reserve corps. Most countries do have a reserve corps of military brass, people who are even very, very active and people they know to be very, very proficient are kept as reserves. And anytime there is a problem like this, the army can withdraw from them. So I think it's a very welcome idea.
Now let's get your take now on the news of the Sunday Iguaho's arrest. What's your reaction to this development?
He's been arrested. That means they will send him to Nigeria to answer the allegations that have been leveled against him. People are saying that, Benin will not release him to go to Nigeria because it is a law-abiding country. That is the opposite. Because if it is a law-abiding country, it will go ahead and release him. And then, of course, if he's innocent, he will have his day in court, and his lawyers are going to fight for him. And then, of course, if he's innocent, get him out. But preempting it and saying that the law should not take its course, I think is a hitch itself.
Well, former Director, Department of State Services, thank you so much for your contributions. Still to come, fans, colleagues held special candlelight procession for late musician Sound Sultan.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the president of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On TV360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
TV360, the dissecting the issues.
Now let's take a recap of some of our top stories as Muslim faithful in Nigeria join the rest of the world to mark this year's Eid al-Kabir. President Muhammadu Buhari has urged all Nigerians to continue to live in peace and harmony in the spirit of peaceful coexistence. The president said this after observing the Eid al-Kabir prayers at the Kofa Ariwa prayer ground in his hometown Dara, Katsina State. We also told you that the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, has arrested Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo with his wife Ropo in Cotonou, Benin Republic. The activist's lead counsel, Yomi Aliyu, confirmed that Iguaho was arrested while attempting to catch a flight to Germany with his wife. And in case you missed any of our news bulletin, for more updates, do log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Google Plus at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we are at TV360 Online. Nigeria on Monday recorded 146 cases of COVID-19, bringing the country's infection tally to 169,678. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, the cases were reported in 5 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Lagos led the infection chart with 134 cases, followed by Ondo and Cross River States with 3 and 2 cases respectively. Meanwhile, 11 people were discharged on Monday, while 1 person died of COVID-19 complications, raising the death toll to 2,128. China on Tuesday reported the highest daily tally of new confirmed COVID-19 cases since January. Officials say this was driven by a surge in reported infections in Yunnan province, where cases are spilling over from alarming spike in neighboring Myanmar. According to the National Health Commission, mainland China recorded 65 new confirmed cases for July 19, compared with 31 a day earlier. We'll take another break here and return with more stories and business to stay with us.
Corruption not in my country.
It's about the files your secretary presented to me regarding the company's salary. Yes. The figures don't seem to add up. I suspect there's some form of a
discrepancy.
Precisely, sir.
Exactly.
Well, up next is business news with Mary Kanu.
Thank you very much, Falashade. And in business, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria has cautioned the federal government against the nation's rising debt profile. The TUC, in its Salah message signed by its president, Quadri Olaleye, lamented that the wealth of the nation is being transferred to other nations through borrowing and called on relevant authorities to have a rethink and create a workable roadmap capable of transforming the economy of the country. The union further called on the government to ensure the gainful employment of the nation's youth, saying the harsh economy is taking tolls on a large number of Nigerians, and out of frustration, many, especially the youths, are committing various crimes just to make ends meet. And oil prices stabilized on Tuesday after slumping around 7% in the previous session amid a broader market retreat led by concerns about rising COVID-19 infections, which came just as producers inked a new supply deal. Brent crude gained 70 cents to $69.32 a barrel, while the U.S. crude was up 86 cents at $67.28 a barrel. The sell-off, which pushed prices to their lowest in 2 months, was driven by concerns about the Delta variant of the coronavirus that is rampaging through populations. Well, that's all on business news. Over to Fulashade now for the rest of the news.
Well, thank you very much, Mary. Mali's interim president, Assimi Goïta, has been targeted in an attempted stabbing attack after Eid al-Adha prayers at the Grand Mosque in the capital, Bamako. However, Goïta managed to escape as he was whisked away from the scene. His office said the attacker was immediately overpowered by security while investigations are ongoing. Goïta later announced that he was doing very well following the attack. Billionaire Jeff Bezos has made a successful journey into space and landed back in West Texas on his rocket ship, New Shepard. Bezos was accompanied by his brother Mark Bezos, an 82-year-old pioneer of the space race, Wally Funk and Oliver Pierman, a last-minute fill-in for the winner of a $28 million charity auction who had a scheduled conflict. The 11-minute flight went up more than 60 miles above Earth before rocket returned to the launch pad and landed under a set of parachutes in the West Texas desert. New Shepard, built by Bezos' company Blue Origin, is designed to serve the burgeoning market for space tourism. In entertainment, a candlelight procession was held in honor of late musician Sound Sultan on Sunday. The event was graced by Nigerian friends, fans and colleagues at Festic Town in Lagos. This next report has more details.
It's exactly 1 week after the Nigerian entertainment industry was thrown into mourning following the death of Olariwaju Fasasi, popularly known as Sound Sultan. Friends, fans and colleagues came together over the weekend to honor the memory of the Jagajantis crooner in a candlelight session. Fans and well-wishers were seen wearing black t-shirts customized with the singer's name and image with banners, balloon, among other items that carried the name and pictures of the late Nigerian superstar. To some, he was more than a friend. To others, he was a brother.
He does not behave like a real musician. That's why I really appreciate him. He manages talent with care. He doesn't look down on any artist. Like I will tell you that Sultan made the biggest collaboration with different artists.
I'll miss his person. He was an epitome of humility. Like every time I had a show, he always showed up. I didn't have to pay. He was very available for me. And I'm not just thinking it was just about me. He was available for every other person who needed him.
Just here to celebrate his legacy and time, his life, you hardly see anyone say any bad thing about Sound Sultan because that's who he is, friendly, loving, caring, he's always there.
Sound Sultan was an outstanding entertainer, very outstanding entertainer. He was a support system to all of us, to everyone. He had no enemy.
Sound Sultan was a diehard lover of the game of basketball, which made the Nigeria basketball team, the Tigers, honor him in their outing with Argentina in Las Vegas at the Tokyo Olympics friendly.
Entertainer in Nigeria and a longtime supporter of Nigerian basketball, Sound Sultan passed away over the weekend at the age of 44 after a battle with cancer.
Sound Sultan would be greatly missed and his legacy will remain in the hearts of many.
Away from entertainment and now to sports, English football club Everton have suspended a member of the first team pending a police investigation. The sanction was disclosed via the official website of the club on Monday. According to media outlets in England, Greater Manchester Police arrested the player last Friday before he was released on bail. While details of the player involved have not been revealed due to legal reasons, the Toffees have, however, said they will collaborate with the security agencies in their investigations. The maiden edition of the Noah Daladi Asisat Oshola Para Soccer Championship and Girl Football Tournament came to an eventful end on Monday. The Para Soccer Championship saw 4 teams compete for honors at the Molade Okoya Thomas Sports Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium, while the girls' tourney featured 8 teams vying for honors. Our correspondent, Ms. Oladigun, was at the finals and she files in this report.
The Asisat Oshola and Noah Dalaji Para Soccer Championships, which kicked off on July 16, was a showcase of football talent and prowess, where different teams slugged it out for the ultimate prize. In the final leg games, Team Dalaji emerged winners of the Paralympic Soccer Games after defeating Team Lagos 1-0. In the girls' tourney, Oracle Queens defeated Felix Queens 2-0 to come out tops. Athletes say the experience has been nothing short of sensational.
We are advised people like individual sector and the richest people to come and involved in this game so that they will promote this game. This our game is a lovely game. People are like it because when you see it in television, some people will be thinking how these people are controlling the roller, and the second thing they are playing the ball. How can these people would use two hands to doing different things in the same time? So, but come and watch it by yourself.
The event wasn't all sports, as Nigerian music stars Mr. P and Lighter also got the spectators grooving. Afterwards, the winners were presented their rewards, including 1 million naira cash prize. Organizers say the twin events, which are the initiative of the African Children Talent Discovery Foundation in collaboration with the Asisat Oshoala Foundation, was held in a bid to support the para-athletes and bring hope to the girl child in Africa.
Basically, like I've always done with the girls program every year, just to give hope to the less privileged in the society and to those who feel like they are not wanted in the society or who feel that they are forgotten, you know, because of their disabilities this time around. I feel like it's just time for me to extend my hand to these special athletes because I think they deserve it.
When you have a passion, then it gives you inspiration to do things. So the passion give back to the foundation, and the foundation vision give back to what you are seeing today. Every year you see more of this, and this is just like a test run. Next year it's going to be bigger and bigger than this, by the grace of God.
Dalaji and Oshoala have expressed their desire to continue sourcing for talent and grooming them to become future stars and also reduce youth restiveness in the country. Simisola Jigo, TV360, Lagos.
And it's a wrap on our news bulletin. Thank you for watching. I am Folashade Ogrinde.